Hey everyone, this is Ashraf from Gizmoton. I haven't posted a video in a very long time, but here we go. The unboxing of one of the most awaited phones of 2018, the OnePlus 6. I have the mirror black 64GB version with me. The reason I picked up the 6GB version is because of the fact that my average RAM usage is roughly about 3.6 to 3.8GB on my OnePlus 3. I figured that the 8GB model might be an overkill, and I don't really need the 128GB storage either. The price of the 64GB model is $35,000 and it's $40,000 for the 128GB storage with 8GB of RAM. You have three color options as well and the Avenger Special Edition. If you fancy the silk white version, it launches on June 5th and it will be a limited edition version. The SAR value of the device is on the screen in case you guys are interested in knowing. It seems to be a little on the higher side, at least for the head. Let's unbox the device and find out what the OnePlus 6 has to offer. I'm sure you guys must have seen a ton of unboxing videos already, including the one from Zakir Khan. And that is how we are going to unbox the OnePlus 6 as well. We slit, draw, and pop. Here we go. OnePlus 6 in its flesh. The mirror black version looks beautiful. I personally like it more than the midnight black. But look at those fingerprints. I just picked up the phone. This is one of the things you will have to deal with while using this color. The front and back are both protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass 5 and the front already has the screen protector installed out of the box. We have the case provided by OnePlus. It's nice to see this in the box. The case is thin, it's translucent. Apart from this, we have the quick start guide, warranty and other information. We have the SIM ejector tool as well. Next in the box, we have the USB Type-C dash charge supported cable and the dash charging brick itself. This is one thing OnePlus absolutely nailed. It is still one of the fastest chargers available out there and it protects your phone and battery from overheating. I was hoping that they would improve on top of this and give faster charging times, but why improve something that is already great, right? So that's all we get in the box. Let's try the case on. Like I said, it's translucent on the back. You can show off your mirror black phone through it as well. It's got matte finish on the sides that adds a little bit of grip. The case protects the camera as well and it would rest flat on the table. All four corners of the case are raised, so it protects your screen as well. Let's look at the device itself. The screen is 6.28 inch. Thanks to the notch, we have a bigger screen this time around. The screen to body ratio is 83.8%. Doesn't sound that impressive, does it? That's because of the chin at the bottom. The resolution is still 1080p at 19.9 aspect ratio, so it's pretty tall. On the front, we have the 16 megapixel camera with an f2.0 aperture. It supports EIS as well. It shoots video at 1080p. The selfie portrait mode will be added in the future with the software update. This time around, they have the volume rocker and the SIM card tray on the left side. The alert slider is moved to the right, and I like that. You would usually have your thumb resting there and you can toggle pretty easily. Just under that, you have the power lock and unlock button. It's really clicky, great feedback from the button even while you have the case on. On the back, we have the dual camera, which is 16 megapixel. It's the primary shooter with f1.7 aperture and 1.22 micron size sensor. It supports both EIS and OIS. The other camera is a 20 megapixel, which is again 1.7 aperture. It has dual LED flash. The fingerprint scanner sits right under it. There is a camera bump though, and it's pretty significant. Anyways, like I said earlier, the back is super fingerprinty. The midnight black doesn't have that problem. They're both very slippery though. I would recommend you either keep a case on or slap a skin on it so you don't accidentally drop it. Let me turn on the device and in the meantime tell you what is under the hood. You get a Snapdragon 845, the top of the line Qualcomm chipset in the market right now, which is an octa-core chipset and it has an Adreno 330 GPU. This is also the cheapest phone to get this chipset right now. This is usual OnePlus. This phone is going to be a beast with a RAM combination and a 1080p display. So let's quickly set up the device. You can choose your font to do the general Android setup. Copying the data from iPhone or previous Android is very simple on this. At first glance, the phone is super fluid. You have the shelf on the left as usual. You don't see the buttons at the bottom because I've moved the gestures. It has a learning curve to it, but you will get used to it in no time. And again, I would always prefer the extra screen estate. The other big problem with the static keys at the bottom is that the screen LEDs get burnt. I'm going to make another video talking about how you can avoid that. Subscribe to the channel for more such videos. The screen has the infamous notch, but I'm sure you already know that. But it's beautiful to say the least. I don't really care that much about the notch anyway, because the extra screen that you get holds your notification and date and time info. Why say no to that? You have the ability to hide the notch as well in the settings if that is what you would like to do. The phone is running on Android 8.1.0. I already got an update with a few camera improvements, provision to hide the notch, and the latest security patch. The inbuilt storage you get is roughly about 53 GB, out of which 1.3 GB is taken by a few pre-installed apps. The RAM used is roughly about 2.9 GB. It's a little on the higher side compared to my OnePlus 3 with no apps installed. You have few other features and options that are very specific to OnePlus. I will cover those during my features video. Let's see how it feels to use the browser on this. It's fluid. Pinch to zoom and double tap to zoom works flawlessly. I didn't expect the phone to have any hiccups anyways, but that screen just makes it a wonderful experience. My first impression on the speaker volume and quality is actually below average. It might probably be the worst thing about the device. I'm kind of disappointed. I feel my OnePlus 3 has better output than this. I will cover more about this in my full review. The camera app is very simple, has bare minimum things for you to take your daily photos. All the usual modes are in there, like slow motion video, portrait mode, pro mode, and so on. You can click photos at 4:3, 19:9, and 1:1 aspect ratio. The 4:3 will actually give you the highest resolution. HDR is there as well, and it's enabled by default in the auto mode. This is just the first look at the camera. You can look at some of the initial photos that I clicked. Some photos are good, have good detail. Sharpness is actually spot on. Depth of field is pretty good as well and makes the photos look very good. However, some photos are really bad. This photo especially, the color is washed out, the sharpness is off, and dynamic range, well, you can see it for yourself. It's pretty bad. Pro mode is where things get really good. You have the option to choose white balance, exposure, shutter speed, and so on. I clicked a few photos using the Pro mode with very little light. You instantly see good results. You can also see the side-by-side comparison of a photo I clicked in auto mode and Pro mode. I will be testing this out extensively and will talk about it during my full review. That's it from my end. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel for more such content. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. I will answer them in my full review.